Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. For those of you new, hi, I'm Boricua Sewing and Crafts, and in this video what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I am going to be embroidering these aprons. These are aprons for a company. They only need 4 for a special event that's happening tomorrow. So they wanted it 2.5 inches below the top of the apron. There's a lot of different ways you can go ahead and hoop these, but I wanted to show you how I actually hoop these type of aprons. Okay, so I did the first 2. One is gonna be patches of the earth. It came out really nice, and then this one is eco-friendly food. So I have 2 others that are right here, and I wanted to explain to you guys how I actually embroidered these, how I found the center, and what I did. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put these aside because these are ready, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to hoop the other 2. Alright, so I'm going to put these aside. So first things first, what you want to do, and let me lay this down here so that you guys can see exactly what I did. Okay, so first of all, you're going to want to iron this. Okay, sometimes you're going to get an apron. It's going to be a little bit wrinkled. I don't recommend embroidering it while it's wrinkled because you could end up misaligning your design. Okay, so you want to make sure that at least the area that you're going to be embroidering is going to be ironed. All right, so that way you are working with a nice straight fabric. The other thing that I did was I folded this in half, and as you can see right here, it has like a little line right there. That indicates the center of this apron. All right, so that is how I know where the center is. It's because I just went ahead and I just ironed a crease to it. Okay, so another thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how I actually place the this sticker to the apron. Okay, now I usually use my embroidery software, and what I do is I print out the template. So this is one of the templates that I print out, and as you can see, it has the snowman feature on it, which I have the Brother PR1055X, which has the snowman feature, which helps you to align to make sure you're embroidering exactly where you want the design to go. So what I'm going to do is on both of these, and here's the other one so that you can see, has the snowman feature, and as you can see, it also has the cross, and that will tell you where the center of the design is. Okay, and that's you're going to need that so that you can know exactly where you're going to align this. The other thing that I use is I use this gauge. Okay, so as you can see, moving on here, you can see that this gauge has like 1 inch, 2 inch, and this is a 2.5. Sorry, I think I'm trying to get it to focus. 2.5 inch mark. So I use this tool. I think it's really handy. They're pretty inexpensive. You can get them from Hobby Lobby, Amazon. They're not that much money. So this I really love because you can really know exactly where you're going to be embroidering. And this blue thing moves, and I'll put a link on the video description below so that you can see where I got this one. I actually got mine from Amazon. See, if you want 3 inch, you would move this to the 3 inch. I want a 2.5, so that's exactly where it's gonna go. All right, so let me show you how I use this. All right, so let me make sure you can see the table. All right, and let me move a couple of things out of the way so that way these items don't get in the way, and you can see clearly exactly how I do my embroidery. I'm going to take this hoop out, and I'll hoop two of these so that way you can really see exactly how it goes. Okay, so what you want to do is you're going to lay this flat. All right, and then what I do is I take this gauge, and I already know that I have this positioned at the 2.5 inch mark. Okay, so what I'm going to do is on the very top of the apron, I'm just going to put that blue gauge on the top, and my apron's sliding, so right here. So I'm just gonna lay it on here. So I already know that the bottom over here is 2.5 inches. Now I'm going to take my template. Now, one of the things you're gonna notice is the template has these crosshairs. Okay, so these crosshairs, I'm going to align it together with that crease that I made in the middle, because this is the middle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on here right underneath, And I'm going to align the crosshairs with that crease. And then I'm just going to tape it down. I always use painter's tape. I think painter's tape works really well. And let me try to give you guys a close-up so that you can see exactly how I have this, okay? Because this will really help you guys a lot. So as you can see, it has 2.5 inches. I put the top of the snowman, or top, really the top of the little point that's right there. I put it right there. So that way I already know that my design is 2.5 inches below, okay? And this line right here goes right along with the crease that I have on the apron, okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my freestyle from Mighty Hoops, okay? And I'm using the 5.5 by 5.5 Mighty Hoop. Okay, this is what I use. I'm going to use tearaway stabilizer because this is canvas. So, you know, there really is no stretch in it. So I really don't need to put, tearaway or anything like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on here. And just let it hold. And then you just want to make sure that when you hoop this in here, that it actually fits within this frame. You can actually know when you put this on top, you're going to feel for this side, okay? Because you want to make sure that the edges of the design are nowhere near that. So I'm going to move this way here, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I've got the top and this extra stabilizer, put that here. Now I'm going to take my apron, make sure you can see. You can. There you go. And then I'm just going to lay it on top. Okay. And when I lay it on top, I'm always feeling for the edge of the hoops because I want to make sure that they're not there. Good. And then I kind of hold on to it and then I just go ahead and snap it in. All right, there you go. Nice and taut. Sometimes I pull the sides just to make sure that it's good. All right, now the snowman feature. As you can see, when I pull this out, it looks a little bit on the crooked side, right? Don't worry about it. When you get to the Brother machine, it's going to scan, it's going to read the snowman, and it's going to adjust, and it will embroider exactly where it's supposed to be. Okay, so I'm going to put this one aside, and I'm going to, again, do the same thing with the other apron, okay? I'm going to use my gauge. I already have it at the 2.5 mark. Okay, so I don't need to adjust this at all. I do need my template, and I'm going to keep that on the side, okay? And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this on here. Okay. I'm going to make sure that you can see everything, and you can. So once again, what I do is I just take this, I put it upside down. I have this flat part against the top of the apron, and I put it right there. Then I take my template, and once again, I pay attention to these lines, okay, that you see on the template. You want this to go with your creases. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this on here. Make sure. Tape it down. And there you go. I'm good. Now the same process. Now that I have this exactly where I want it, okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, on my freestyle, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to hoop this using the 5.5 by 5.5 Mighty Hoop. I have to admit, this size is something that I use so much. I'm going to have to reach out to them because I need to buy some more. Especially when you get bulk orders, you want to have your stuff pre-hooped so that you can keep going. Alright, so now I'm going to take this I'm going to put it, and once again, when you put it on here, you want to feel, okay? You want to feel, and usually what I do is I put my body against the bottom of the item so that way it doesn't like slide. You know, kind of like help give it a little pinch. And I take my mighty hoop, and it's nice. And let's look at it again, okay? As you can see, looking at it, you can tell it's a little bit crooked. Once again, don't worry about it. We got a snowman. That's going to fix that, all right? So now we're going to take these and we're going to put these on the machines. All right, so as, let's go. I'm going to roll you over. Now, I have both machines running, okay? This one has the eco-friendly logo, so I will put the apron for that on that machine. And then on the other machine that I have running, I have it with the Patches of the Earth logo. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to just pop in the aprons on these machines, okay, on where they belong. And then I'm just going to run the scanning feature on them so that I can make sure that they embroider exactly where I want it to be. Okay. Always run your hand underneath. You want to make sure that you don't got anything caught. Okay. And now we're going to go to this one right here. Snap it on. Run my hand underneath as well. Make sure it's good. Alright. Now I'm just going to scan each of them using the Snowman feature. And it's going to be reading, okay? As you can see, it's reading. Alright, it's reading there. It's reading there. And it's going to make the adjustment and tell me to remove the positioning mark. The same thing here. I'm ready to remove the positioning mark. So once I do that, all I have to do is just start embroidering, and we're good. So I'm going to remove this just as it said. Okay, now another thing that I do always, okay, and it's something that I highly recommend you get into the habit of, is you always do a trace. Make sure you do a trace so that you can make sure the needle is not going to hit the size. It really shouldn't. It already did a scan. It knows that it's going to do well. Okay, I'm going to go here. I'm going to remove that. But it's just a habit that I have, and it's a good habit to have. Okay, if you ask me. Because all you're doing is reassuring that you're not going to hit any of the sides. These machines are expensive. The last thing you want is to mess them up. And that one's golden as well. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to hit embroider on this one and let this baby do its thing. And then I'm going to hit embroider on this one as well and let it do its thing as well. And then we are done. Okay, we are done. We have the aprons that are going to be done. And they're going to look just like this. Okay. Really nice. Customer will be happy. I'm just gonna re-iron them so that way they're nice and crisp. Put them in a nice bag. Send her a notification that they are ready for pickup. So guys, this is just a quick video because I really just wanted to show you there's different ways to hoop aprons, and yeah, so hope you enjoy it. Happy sewing and happy embroidering. Have a great one, guys. Bye.